Most people unknowingly shut down their body's fat burning system right after dinner. And the surprising part is that it has nothing to do with how much they eat, but what they do in the next 30 minutes. This is the hidden window when your body decides whether to store fat or burn it, and almost no one talks about it. Right now, thousands of people are working hard all day, eating carefully, even trying to stay active, yet they keep missing this one small moment that quietly controls their results. And the truth is simple but powerful. A single habit done after dinner can keep your metabolism active for hours, even while you sleep. Skip it, and your body slows down, stores energy, and turns your effort into frustration. Follow it, and your body keeps working through the night, burning more than you expect without extra effort. This is not about intense workouts, strict dieting, or complicated routines. It is about a small shift that fits into your normal life but changes how your body responds during the most ignored part of the day. There is a reason why some people seem to lose weight steadily while others feel stuck, even when they are trying just as hard. The difference often comes down to what happens after dinner. Late evening is when your body naturally begins to slow down. Your digestion changes, your hormones shift, your energy usage drops. This is when fat storage becomes easier and fat burning becomes harder. But here is the lesser known part. This process is not fixed. It can be influenced, it can be redirected, and it can be improved with a simple action that most people ignore because it feels too small to matter. That is exactly why it works, because no one expects something so simple to have such a strong effect. In this video, you will learn what actually happens inside your body after dinner, why your usual habits might be blocking your progress without you realizing it, and the exact thing you can do tonight to start changing that. You will also discover how this small habit affects your digestion, your blood sugar levels, and your metabolism in ways that continue long after you go to bed. These are not random tips. These are based on how your body naturally works, explained in a way that is easy to follow and simple to apply. By the end, you will understand why timing matters more than intensity in some cases, and how small actions can create big results when done at the right moment. Most advice focuses on what to eat and how much to exercise, but very little attention is given to what happens after your last meal of the day. That is where the real opportunity is hidden. When your body is deciding what to do with the energy you just consumed, you are either helping the process or slowing it down. And the difference comes from habits that take less than 15 minutes. That is why this topic matters so much, because it does not require you to change your entire routine. It only asks you to adjust one small part of your evening, and in return, it gives your body a better chance to work the way it is supposed to. Stay with this video until the end because the final part will tie everything together and give you a clear, simple action you can follow starting tonight without confusion or extra effort. Missing that part means missing the whole point. This is not just information. This is something you can use immediately. And once you understand it, you will start noticing how different your body feels, especially in the morning. Energy levels, digestion, and even sleep can improve when this one habit becomes part of your routine. Welcome to the channel, where simple ideas turn into powerful results. If you want more easy, practical tips like this that actually make a difference, make sure to subscribe and stay connected. Dinner ends, and the pattern is almost always the same. The plate is empty, the body feels heavy, and the first instinct is to slow down. The chair feels more comfortable than ever. The phone comes out without thinking. One video turns into another. Minutes pass quietly. The body stays still. The stomach is full, and that full feeling slowly turns into pressure. Breathing feels a little tighter. The stomach feels stretched. Some people move to the couch. Some lie down on the bed. The body sinks into rest too quickly, and this is where the problem begins without any clear signal. It feels normal. It feels harmless. It feels like the reward after a long day. But inside the body, a very different process starts to take shape. The food that just entered the system now needs energy to be processed. Digestion begins, and it needs support. But instead of support, the body gets stillness. Blood flow slows down, movement stops. The system that could have been active becomes passive. This small shift creates a chain reaction that most people never notice. The bloated feeling that comes after dinner is often accepted as normal, but it is not something the body enjoys. It is a sign that digestion is not moving as smoothly as it could. When the body stays still right after eating, food sits longer in the stomach. The digestive process becomes slower. Gas builds up. Pressure increases. That uncomfortable, tight feeling is not just about what was eaten, it is also about what was done after eating. Sitting for long periods right after dinner makes it harder for the digestive system to do its job efficiently. The body prefers gentle movement. It prefers a little activity. Without that, everything slows down and the discomfort grows quietly. At the same time, metabolism begins to shift. Nighttime naturally signals the body to prepare for rest. Energy use starts to decrease. The body becomes more focused on storing rather than burning. This is part of its design. It is trying to conserve energy for the night. But this natural slowdown becomes stronger when there is no movement after eating. The body reads the signals: full stomach, no activity, relaxed posture. It assumes that energy is not needed immediately, so it starts storing more of it. This is where fat storage becomes easier. It does not happen in a dramatic way, it happens slowly, over time, through repeated habits that seem small but carry weight. Many people feel stuck in this cycle. They try to eat better. They reduce portions. They avoid certain foods. They even exercise during the day, but the results do not match the effort. The scale does not move. The body does not feel lighter. This creates frustration. It feels like something is missing, but it is hard to see what it is. The missing piece is often hidden in the hours after dinner. That quiet time when the body is making decisions based on signals it receives. These signals are shaped by posture, movement, and timing, not just by food. Scrolling after dinner has become one of the most common habits. The mind stays busy, but the body remains still. Time passes without awareness. The body stays in a relaxed state for too long. This reduces the natural push that digestion needs. The system becomes slower. The energy from food is not used actively. Instead, it is stored. This happens again and again, night after night. Over time, it builds into a pattern that affects weight and overall health. Lying down right after eating adds another layer to the problem. When the body is horizontal, digestion becomes less efficient. Gravity is no longer helping move food through the system. Acid can move in the wrong direction. Discomfort increases. The body has to work harder in a position that is not ideal. This not only affects digestion, but also signals the body that it is time to rest deeply, even though the system is still busy processing food. This mixed signal creates imbalance. The body is not fully active and not fully at rest. It is in between, and that is not where it works best. This is where a simple idea begins to change everything. A small routine after dinner can shift these signals in the right direction. It does not require intense effort. It does not demand a strict plan. It only asks for a small window of awareness and action. Instead of stopping completely after eating, the body is given a gentle push to stay active just a little longer. This small change helps the system process food more efficiently. It supports digestion. It keeps metabolism from dropping too quickly. It allows the body to use some of the energy instead of storing all of it. This is not about turning evenings into workout sessions. It is not about sweating or pushing limits. It is about working with the body's natural rhythm. A light activity after dinner can make a real difference when done consistently. It creates a bridge between eating and resting. It helps the body transition smoothly instead of dropping suddenly into stillness. This transition is where the benefit lies. It is subtle, but it is powerful. The science behind this is simple when broken down into clear steps. After eating, blood sugar levels rise. This is normal. The body releases insulin to help move that sugar into cells where it can be used for energy or stored for later. When the body is completely still, the demand for energy is low, so more of that sugar gets stored. But when there is gentle movement, the body starts using some of that sugar immediately. Muscles become active, they take in glucose. This reduces the amount that needs to be stored. It also helps keep blood sugar levels more stable. Digestion also benefits from movement. When the body moves lightly, blood flow improves. This supports the organs involved in digestion. Food moves more smoothly through the system. The feeling of heaviness reduces. The body feels lighter even after a full meal. This is not because less food was eaten, but because the body is handling it better. Metabolism, which is the rate at which the body uses energy, does slow down at night. This is natural. But the speed of that slowdown can be influenced. Gentle activity after dinner keeps the system slightly more active for a longer time. It delays the drop. It allows the body to burn a little more before fully resting. Over time, this small difference adds up. It does not create instant results, but it creates steady progress. The main action is simple and easy to follow. After finishing dinner, instead of sitting down immediately, stay on your feet for a short period. A slow walk is one of the best options. It does not need to be fast. It does not need to be long. 10 to 15 minutes is enough to make a difference. The goal is not to burn a large number of calories in that moment. The goal is to guide the body into using the energy it just received. Walking helps engage the muscles without stress. It keeps the body upright. It allows digestion to continue smoothly. It sends a clear signal that the body is still active. This signal changes how energy is handled. It reduces the chance of excess storage. It improves the overall flow of processes happening inside. If walking is not possible, gentle movement at home can also help. Standing, moving around, doing light tasks, or even slow stretching can support the same goal. The key is to avoid complete stillness right after eating. The body needs a little time to stay active before moving into full rest mode. Staying upright is another important part. Even after the short walk or movement, it is better to sit rather than lie down immediately. This keeps the digestive system in a more natural position. It allows gravity to assist in moving food through the system. It reduces discomfort and supports better digestion. These small actions may not feel powerful in the moment, but their effect builds over time. Each night becomes an opportunity to support the body instead of slowing it down. Each small step adds to the overall pattern. The body responds to patterns more than isolated actions. When this becomes a habit, the system starts working more efficiently without needing extra effort during the day. The difference can be felt gradually. Less bloating after meals, better digestion, a lighter feeling in the body, more stable energy levels, and over time, better control over weight. Not because of extreme changes, but because of consistent small actions taken at the right time. This is where the real shift happens, not in the intensity of effort, but in the timing of simple habits. The moments after dinner hold more influence than they appear to. They shape how the body processes food, how it stores energy, and how it prepares for the night. Changing what happens in these moments changes the direction of results. And it starts with something as simple as choosing to move even just a little when the body expects you to stop. The reason this simple habit works is not because it is intense or extreme, but because it supports the body at the exact moment it needs help the most. Right after dinner, the body shifts into digestion mode. Food enters the stomach and begins to break down, and this process requires energy, movement inside the system, and steady blood flow. When the body stays slightly active during this time, digestion becomes smoother. Food moves more easily through the stomach and into the intestines. This reduces the feeling of heaviness that often comes after eating. The uncomfortable pressure, the tightness, and the slow feeling in the stomach start to fade. Instead of sitting in one place for too long, the body continues to function in a natural rhythm. This is why even light movement can make a noticeable difference. It is not forcing the body to work harder, it is helping the body work better. At the same time, metabolism stays more active than it normally would if the body stopped moving completely. After eating, the body has access to fresh energy. If there is no demand for that energy, it gets stored. But when there is even a small level of activity, the body starts using part of that energy right away. This keeps the metabolic rate slightly higher for a longer period. It does not drop suddenly. It stays steady for a bit longer, allowing the body to burn more before it fully shifts into rest mode. Over time, this small extension adds up. It creates a consistent pattern where the body uses more energy each night instead of storing it. Preventing fat storage is not about stopping it completely, but about reducing how much of the excess energy is stored. When blood sugar rises after a meal, the body releases insulin to manage it. Insulin helps move sugar into cells where it can either be used or stored. If the body is inactive, most of that sugar gets stored because there is no immediate need for it. But when the body moves, muscles begin to take in that sugar and use it. This reduces the amount that needs to be stored as fat. It also helps keep blood sugar levels more balanced, which is important for long-term health. Stable blood sugar means fewer spikes and crashes, and that leads to better energy levels throughout the next day. Improving blood sugar control also affects how the body feels overall. When levels stay balanced, there is less sudden fatigue after meals. There is less craving for extra food later in the night. The body feels more stable, more in control, and more efficient. This is not something that happens instantly in a dramatic way, but it builds gradually. Each night that includes a little movement after dinner supports this balance. Each night adds to a pattern that the body starts to recognize and respond to. Along with this main habit, a few small additions can make the effect even stronger without adding difficulty. Avoiding lying down immediately after dinner is one of the simplest but most effective habits. When the body stays upright, digestion continues more smoothly. Gravity helps move food through the system. This reduces the chance of discomfort and supports better processing of nutrients. Even after finishing a short walk, staying upright for a little while longer helps maintain that flow. Sitting is better than lying down during this time, and giving the body at least some time before going to bed can improve how it handles the meal. Drinking warm water or herbal tea after dinner can also support digestion. Warm liquids help relax the digestive system and can make it easier for food to move through. This does not mean drinking large amounts, but a small cup can be enough to create a soothing effect. Herbal teas, especially those without caffeine, can add to this benefit. They provide warmth and hydration without adding extra stress to the system. This small habit can also replace the urge to snack late at night, which often happens out of habit rather than real hunger. Keeping dinner light is another simple adjustment that works well with the routine. Heavy meals late in the evening require more time and energy to digest. This can slow down the body even more and increase the chances of discomfort. A lighter meal is easier to process and works better with the natural slowdown that happens at night. This does not mean skipping dinner or eating too little, but choosing portions and foods that the body can handle comfortably. When combined with light movement after eating, this creates a smoother and more efficient process overall. There are also common mistakes that quietly block progress without being obvious. Going straight to bed after dinner is one of the most common. It feels natural, especially after a long day, but it puts the body in a position where digestion becomes less effective. The system slows down too quickly, and the energy from food is more likely to be stored. This habit, repeated over time, can have a strong impact on how the body manages weight and energy. Eating heavy meals late at night is another pattern that works against the body's natural rhythm. Late meals give the body less time to process food before sleep. Combined with a lack of movement, this creates the perfect condition for storage rather than usage. The body is preparing for rest, but it is suddenly given a large amount of energy to deal with. Without activity, it has little choice but to store it. This does not mean that dinner must be extremely early, but giving the body enough time between eating and sleeping can make a difference. Skipping movement completely after dinner is perhaps the simplest mistake, but also the most impactful. It removes the small window where the body could have been guided into better processing. It turns an active system into a passive one too quickly. This is not about blaming habits, but about understanding how small actions affect the body in ways that are not always visible right away. Expectations also need to be clear and realistic. This is not a quick fix that changes everything overnight. The body does not respond to one single action with instant results. It responds to patterns, it responds to consistency. Doing this once may feel good, but doing it regularly is what creates change. The benefits build slowly and they become noticeable over time. The goal is not to see a dramatic drop in weight in a few days, but to create a routine that supports steady progress. Consistency matters more than intensity. A short walk every night is more effective than a long walk done once in a while. A small habit done daily becomes part of the body's rhythm. The system adapts to it, it starts to expect it. This is where real change begins. Not in extreme effort, but in repeated simple actions that align with how the body works. The most important step is to start. Not tomorrow, not next week, but tonight. After dinner, instead of sitting down immediately, take a few minutes to stay active. Walk slowly, move gently, stay upright. Let the body use the energy it just received. Let digestion flow naturally. Let metabolism stay active just a little longer. This is not a difficult challenge. It is simple and easy to follow. Try this tonight, just once. Notice how your body feels. Notice the difference in comfort, in energy, in lightness. Then repeat it the next day and the day after that. Let it become part of your routine without pressure. The body responds to what you do regularly, not occasionally. This small step may seem simple, but it carries a quiet power that builds over time. Your body is always working, always responding, always adjusting. Give it the right signal at the right time and it will do the rest. Small changes often go unnoticed in the beginning, but over time they shape real results. What you do after dinner may seem like a simple part of your day, but it quietly influences how your body feels, how it processes food, and how it manages energy through the night. When you start paying attention to these small moments, things begin to shift in a natural way. You feel lighter, more in control, and more connected to how your body works. There is no pressure to be perfect. Just focus on being consistent and giving your body a better routine to follow each night. If this helped you see things in a new way and gave you something practical to try, stay connected for more simple tips like this that actually fit into daily life. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss what's coming next. Like the video if you found it useful, and share it with someone who could benefit from this small but powerful habit.